can guarantee you that you will be making more than people who have 4-year degrees. You'll probably start making money by the end of the first year. I was at Brooke's house, and she had 7 20 to 23-year-olds at her house. No cap. One morning, one of the guys was up early and he was like, hey, right now I've got $1,000 extra. Like, where do you think I should invest it? I've got my 401k and I've got whatever stuff. And it was cute. It was so interesting to me because like he was looking for an investment vehicle that was going to yield him a return. I want to be very clear about this. If you invest in the S&P 500, real estate, things like that, and you start really early and you do it for a long period of time, you absolutely will make money. It is a very safe way to live life. But the moment...
And he's right. For years, the undisputed advice for building wealth has been simple. Put every spare dollar you have into the S&P 500 and wait. But what if that's the single biggest mistake a young, ambitious person can make? There's an argument that says invest $0 in the market. Today, we're going to deconstruct that argument, and I'm going to give you the definite framework that no one else is talking about. Let's get into it.
It is a very safe way to live. But the moment you start investing in kind of the asset side of stuff, which is like the S&P, stocks in general, and you're not day trading, the moment you do that is the moment you're actually ceasing to want to make more income. If you're 18 years old and you graduate high school tomorrow, you are now eligible on the marketplace because you have no skills besides your high school diploma. You did no job, fucked off the whole time, don't watch YouTube to learn stuff, which is not you, but just imagine. In 2 days, you could become certified as a phlebotomist and go from making minimum wage to $25 an hour. You would triple your earning capacity after 2 days and spending $500. If you can triple your income for the rest of your life, do you think it's worth the investment?
And now he has a point. The S&P 500 might give you a historical average of 10% per year. That's powerful for compounding wealth, but he's arguing the return on skill is higher. The $500 for a phlebotomist certification he mentioned doesn't return 10%. It can return 10,000% by increasing your income by $20,000 per year for the rest of your life. In the early stages of your career, no asset can compound faster than your own earning capacity.
Certification in 2 days, do you think it's worth the investment? Probably. And so the problem is that people think about the biggest investment as the stuff that they take their money and they put it into. Your ability to earn money, to provide value to the marketplace and solve problems for other people is how you will be able to make money. There's the value of the problem that you solve and what you charge for it. The bigger that number is, the more you can charge. That gap between their old problem and that solution, that value is the percentage that you can take and put in your pocket as something that you have now created in this. And it could be a service, it could be products, it could be whatever. Your earning capacity generates wealth. Do you want to be smart with your money and save it? Absolutely, because that gives you way more that you can play with. But when you're 20, even when you're 30, and in my belief, whatever age you are, I believe that you should take all of the excess money, live as cheap as you can, take 100% of that excess money and invest it in education that increases your earning capacity. Because what happens is when you take that money, like that phlebotomy course, and you take $25 an hour times 2,000 hours a year, you're now at a $50,000 a year income. Cool. If I can live on 20 with buddies and we can eat ramen soup and whatever, and I got 30 left over after taxes, 25, whatever, 25 grand can buy you a lot of education. I would rather you, me, or somebody who's 20 or 30 take $2,000 a month, because that's what 25 grand is, and invest it in courses, coaching, mentorships, workshops, and seminars. Every month, you could put 2K into one opportunity because you're like, I think real estate's cool. We're not doing real estate as my passive income. We're doing real estate as I'm going to get into the real estate game and I'm going to make it active income. By the way, everybody who builds their wealth in real estate are actively spending their time in real estate. Don't believe what they're saying. Deal and I made X amount of money. What was the process of finding deals? How many deals did you look at? How many conversations did you have? How many buildings did you walk? How many different general contractors did you... Oh, wait, there's other stuff that has to happen, right? Back to the point. You take that $2,000 a month and you do that for 4 years. And I'm not saying do the 4-year degree. I don't necessarily agree with it anymore in the marketplace. I guarantee you that you will be making more than people who have 4-year degrees. You'll probably start making money by the end of the first year. The amount of copywriting courses, books, programs, mentorships, and one-on-one coaching is a phenomenal way to learn a new skill. If you're like, hey, I need to know how to buy media. I need to know how to run an ad. Go pay someone who runs ads or teaches people how to run ads. When you make that payment, you're seeing it as one class in your entrepreneurial degree rather than this one $12,000 investment has to make me rich. If you can make that shift as this is my course. Like when you get your degree in college, you're not like, oh, I'm going to take one class in Spanish, graduate, and get whatever job I want. No one thinks that way. But for some reason, the thing about that when it comes to entrepreneurial stuff, you're not paying someone to think that they're going to be your savior. They're not going to save you from your life, do everything for you. No one person is going to teach you everything. Now, I'll do my best on this channel to teach you stuff I know, but you have something to learn from everyone. You can still learn from that.
He's being realistic to young people. So a lot of young people think, hey, I can spend $500 on this course. I can spend $1,000 on this course and then start making $30,000 a month. Or this one course will be able to teach me every single thing I know about marketing, about sales, about psychology, about retention, about following up with customers, about how to deal with stress, about how to work out, about how to be the best person I am, about how to continuously learn. So even just saying all of that, there's so many places where you have to learn and take knowledge from. Learning never stops. There's not one magic pill. There's not one magic course. There's not one magic mentorship that's just automatically going to say, hey, okay, I just learned every single thing I needed to learn within the last hour or 2 days. Life is a constant learning process. He hit the nail on the head.
You want to go to the person providing the most value for free. It's the easiest way to decrease your risk of purchase. If you follow someone's Instagram, you follow their YouTube, you see the stuff they put out and you're like, this is really good. This is new information I didn't know. It's very tactical. You already know you like the person. B, you already know that you're getting value from the person, from the content they have. And so the likelihood that the thing that they have that's paid is going to be worse than that. Follow lots of people in a particular space. See the one you jive with the most, like their teaching style. You don't need to follow this stuff for forever to belabor the decision. Give yourself 7 days, because you know what's even cooler than buying one? Buy them all. And then you'll know what everyone knows. Guess what happens? You become just as good or better. Now you're making $80,000 a year. Now we've got $4,000 a month that we can spend on coaching and mentorships and learnings and courses and whatnot. I was saying, I'm going to be the number one student. I'll just do whatever they say. You want to replicate before you iterate. Before you say, I'm going to put my Alex sauce on it. Before you do that, just make sure you can duplicate. Then you earn the right to make the iterations. Even if it's not your style, copy it first before you make the iterations. If you see it as a bridge that has many bricks on it, you have to lay all the bricks. And here's the bad part. Let's say you've got 30 bricks on this bridge to make your first dollar. The first dollar has to walk across the bridge. When you're 28 bricks in, you might not have made the first dollar yet, but you're 90% of the way there. And the speed with which people traverse that bridge is how well they identify which brick is missing and where they put their attention. A lot of people get disheartened is that they will start building new bridges and get 2-3 bricks, and then they'll start building a new bridge and they have lots of half-built bridges and they never make it all the way across. Let's say you're a videographer or you like video stuff. Skills stack exponentially. You got a video skill. Now you got an editing skill. Now you understand social media, messaging, copywriting, management, operations, and leadership. See how that person starts to expand? You can imagine how their pay is going to dramatically increase because now you're a CMO, broadening your horizon and going deep in these other silos, and then all of a sudden you're an entrepreneur. One is you have to make that decision that you're not going to spend all your money on stupid stuff. The second is that you are going to spend your money not on the S&P, but on the...
And this half-built bridges metaphor is the story of 99% of new traders and entrepreneurs. They try one trading strategy for a week, it doesn't work, so they jump to another guru system. They try building a brand on TikTok, then switch to YouTube, then quit to start a podcast. They have dozens of 2-brick bridges and wonder why they never got into the other side. Mastering trading and business in life is about choosing one bridge and committing to laying every single brick. You can't see the finish line. Consistency on a single path is the only thing that works. So who is right? The traditionalists who say invest every single dollar in the market, the contrarian who says invest every single dollar in yourself. The truth is, they're both right. We're just talking about different seasons of wealth. One season is the earning season. This is for most of your 20s and your early 30s. Your primary mission is to aggressively increase your active income. Here, the contrarian is king. 80% of your capital should go into the S&Me, skills, coaching, mentors, courses. The other 20% goes into the market to build the habit of long-term investing. Season 2 is the compounding season. This is your late 30s and beyond. Your income is now high and your skills are sharp. The ratio flips. Significant capital to deploy. 80% goes into the market to let the power of compounding build your empire. The other 20% goes into sharpening your skills. It's not either or, it's a phased approach. The mistake most people make is trying to live in the compounding season when they haven't yet succeeded in the earning season. First, build the engine that produces cash flow, then use that cash flow to buy the assets that will secure your freedom. Understand which season you're in and execute the right strategy for that season. That is the path to true sustainable mastery.